Thanks, Tamira. Both St. Thomas and UNB run a Safe Ride program, delivering students to and from their destinations within a 20-minute radius. Recently, St. Thomas added a new program as part of their Safe Ride, and students are relieved. Jane Erickson is at St. Thomas. Jane, what can you tell us about the program?
Well, Matt, the St. Thomas University Safe Wheels program is a free taxi service that students can use when it's too dark out or too cold for them to walk home after class. It runs Sunday to Thursday, 9:30 to 11:30 p.m., and students are picked up here outside of James Dunn Hall. However, recently, the St. Thomas University website was updated to tell students that there's been a new service added to the Safe Wheels program. It now runs regular hours as well as every 15 minutes from Forest Hill up to campus.
Jane, it sounds like they've got a great thing going there. What can you tell us about the new service?
Well, Matt, UNB and St. Thomas campus security refused to comment on this story, but Danny Carson, a Forest Hill resident, said that there's been complaints coming from his residence building to Student Union about the safety of the path going from Forest Hill up to campus. As we all know, there's been an increased number of muggings there this year, and Danny said with the winter weather, the path is getting more and more icy, increasing safety concerns about students who travel on it. Now, I couldn't get a hold of St. Thomas Student Union to comment on this story, but we can assume that the number of concerns coming from Forest Hill have been what sparked this edition of the new service.
What does this mean for the students?
Well, students can expect to keep this new service at least until the end of March, but we don't have confirmation on how much longer it will last. However, students can be assured that the regular Safe Wheels hours will continue until the end of exams in April.
All right, thanks, Jane. That was Jane Erickson at the St. Thomas campus.
The summer is just around the corner, and with summer comes the sound of wedding bells. But given the state of economy, will more couples will be trading lavish ceremonies for backyard barbecues? Diane Cole has the answer.
I like this one. Do you get it?
That'd be fun if we did that.
Catherine White and Jean-Francois Jutra are planning their dream wedding. With their August wedding date fast approaching, the young couple still has a lot of decisions to make. And money is a driving force behind those decisions.
Like we've talked about like the flowers and the decoration and some things, we put caps on there. And we're just gonna, like for those who are gonna do it, are gonna help us, we're gonna say, this is it. Like this is all the money we have for here and make it work. And that's just because you can run off and do a couple $1,000s if you can, so.
Oh, yeah.
While the effects of the troubled economy are showing up in lots of places, Jutra and White say it hasn't had an effect on their wedding decisions. And local wedding planner Charlotte Burho says this is the case for many of her clients.
People aren't so much as cutting back, but they're spending their money wisely. I find that myself as a wedding planner and event planner, that when I'm involved, I can help them with their budget and show them where they're going to get the biggest bang for that smaller buck, so to speak, now.
Burho says the wedding industry is pretty much recession-proof because no matter what is going on economically, people are always going to tie the knot. And most brides have been planning their weddings since they were very young. And there are many parts of their wedding that they aren't going to compensate because the economy is in trouble. She says the one thing brides will not sacrifice is their wedding dress. And White agrees with this.
And you can give and take in some places, but in other places you can't. So I would say the dress. What do you think? You don't know that.
I think, yeah, only the dress. But it was really outside of our budget, so it didn't really matter.
Burho says she has noticed some changes as a result of the failing economy. She says more people are tending to go green with some aspects of their weddings. The biggest change for greener couples are the wedding invitations. Many are choosing to send invites via the internet, which cuts their costs and their carbon trail. For Jutra and White, the economy isn't a threat for their wedding day, but both agree it could be a problem for them after the wedding. White is a student and Jutra works full-time at MB Power. So they're hoping to stay afloat as a young married couple in the sea of economic uncertainty. This is Diane Cole reporting for Stu Journalism in Fredericton.
Welcome back. I'm here with your special sports section. The St. Thomas University women's basketball team took home the gold at this year's Atlantic Championship.
Count the basket for Heather Atherton.
The Atlantic Championship for women's basketball took place this month. The tournament determines the winner of the Atlantic Conference of College Basketball. This year, the St. Thomas women's Tommies team took the title. In a close championship game, St. Thomas beat Mount St. Vincent with a score of 60-53. Along with the tournament, there was an athletic banquet which celebrated all teams and made special recognition to outstanding players and contributors to the league. Both the men's league and women's league played off at Mount Allison University. On the men's side, MSVU won the league.
And now we have Melissa Russrum, a member of the STU women's team, to answer some more in-depth questions. How are you, Melissa?
I'm fine, thanks, Jillian.
So, you mentioned the winners of the men's and women's basketball leagues. Was this a surprise, or did you expect the outcomes?
No, I wouldn't say it came as a shock to anyone. Both the MSVU men's and the St. Thomas women's finished 20-1 in the regular season. But the only loss they suffered came from the opponents that they played in the championship game. So some of the fans were divided about what they thought the outcome would be, but the first place in the league came out on top.
So were the games close?
The women's game was close. It was a 60-53 finish, and it was near the end of the game when the St. Thomas women pulled away. But the men's game wasn't close at all. It was a 76-43 finish. And you could tell the whole way through that the MSVU men had it because the AVU men just didn't have the same heart that they did.
So it sounds like a really interesting weekend. So how did it feel to win, being a member of the team?
Oh my gosh. It's a really hard feeling to vocalize. It felt so good. We're a team of 11 girls, and we've been playing together the core of us have been playing together for 3 years. So it's something that we've been working towards for a really long time. And to finally win, it's just such a good feeling, a real success, especially beating MSVU women in the finals because they've been our main opponents for the entire season and for previous seasons, so it feels good to overcome them.
Mm-hmm. So what does the win mean for the winning teams?
Well, it means that the St. Thomas women and the MSVU men will represent the ACAA at a national competition from March 19th to 21st, so that's this week. And the men will be heading to Prince George, BC, and the women will be heading to Quebec, Saint Foy.
So how are they expected to
Saint
do?
Foy, Quebec.
How are they expected to do at nationals?
The men are favored to win. They're ranked first place overall, and the women are ranked 7th place. It's an 8-team tournament, so the women there's not as much hope behind the women on the national level.
Well, thanks very much, Melissa. We're running out of time, and that was Melissa Russrum, a member of the women's basketball team.